Can I get a drum roll, please? Welcome to another episode of Uncommonly Common Sense. I am the host, the good guy. Today we got a very special show, man. But before we go any further, I want you to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button so you know when I'm coming on. Hit me on Hustle Like the Harris _1 on YouTube. Today we got some special guests in here, man. We got on my left, we got my bro, Big Cuz. And on the right, we got the legend, Bunton. How y'all been doing today, fellas? Big Cuz.
Splendid, man. Great. Always.
How you feeling?
Great.
I'm feeling awesome, man.
Feeling awesome? How you feeling?
Everything's gravy on my end.
Oh, okay, I'm glad everything good, man. God is moving. He's moving. But I just want to say this, man. You know, I just been thinking about this because it's been going on for a while. The stepdaddy versus the baby daddy, because this is what, you know, everybody talking about right now. And I have been in that role so many times myself. I just want to see what y'all take is it on it, you know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna say my thing. Have you been in that situation?
Oh yeah, I have.
How you feel about it?
Mine kind of different in the fact that I didn't have a really problem. I met my son when I was 2, when he was 2. He's 25 now, and it was the biological. It was more about trying to get the girl back versus the son.
Always,
you know. So when he realized that was a no-go and all that stuff, and a few things went on, we got cool.
Right.
So it really went no back and forth. Wife never put child support on because she was I do it myself. You know, I don't need this and need that junk. But like I said, my situation's a little different. But I know some people go through some real tight drama.
Oh yeah. I got some stories, man. What about yourself, Bun?
Oh, of course, man. I mean, if you look at the statistics, all these women got a baby by a couple different dudes.
Yeah, that's the truth.
I mean, just keeping it real. I mean, and it's like by the time they 25, they got 2 to 3 kids or 7.
Yes, yeah.
But I mean, you know, why is it like that? Is it the men's fault or is it the women's fault?
Well, I'm gonna go on a little experience of it right quick. I've been one all my life. I guarantee you, ever since I was in probably my late 20s. But anyway, it's always the baby daddy. He wants the woman. But he don't want the kid, you know. He want the kid, but he rather have a woman first. So they break up. So now you the enemy, you know. So you know, but I don't think hey man, I feel the void, man. You know, that's all I did.
Exactly.
So I come in, you wasn't doing your job, and I'm being a real one. But let me go back a little further though. It goes back like how have you ever been having one in your life when you was a kid? If you had a stepdaddy when you was a kid, now you see how the dynamics go on that, because a lot of times you can have a good experience or you can have a bad experience. Now, I had a stepfather and the experience was, you know, yeah. So the thing about it was you had to be able to, as a child, you don't understand what's going on because you know had your father in your life, especially when you had a great father. Now, I had a great father, so my father was awesome. So we fish every weekend, we hunt, we did everything, you know, we did it all. But when you got another guy that's coming in, you know, having put the leg work in, and his first thing is saying, I'm your daddy, you know, that ain't gonna work.
Call me daddy.
Yeah, call me daddy, you know, that ain't gonna work.
I learned that title comes with how you treat a person,
right?
Treat a kid.
Right.
I never asked my son to call me daddy or nothing like that. He just decided on his own when he didn't see his daddy there. Mm-hmm. And out of jail, you know, it is what it is. And I'm there. He decided to call me daddy and stuff like that. Yeah. I played the role. I mean, yeah.
That's how it's supposed to go, right?
You're supposed to ask.
But here go the thing. As a little boy, say 5, 6 years old, he don't want this other man coming in and start knocking his mom beating her up and hitting her in there moaning and you know, or walk in there while he's dead in the middle of a downstroke. Yeah. and that damages them kids.
Yeah, it do.
They start giving that guy problems.
Yeah.
And then the guy be trying to, I mean, what can the guy say?
Yeah, you hurting my mama.
Yeah, what you doing to my mama? Little boy busted out. What you get on my mama?
Get on my mama.
And Lord knows what kind of position they could be in.
Yeah.
But I mean, but then you got to think like the little boy. He mad as a mama.
Yeah. He hot. He hot.
You know. But I mean, then he done got some what is it called? Some resentment. Or he just angry towards you.
Yeah.
But I mean, what can you do?
But not only that though, that father. Well, let me stop calling these dudes father when they don't deserve that name.
Yeah.
Those baby daddies, they're so mad about the situation, how they broke up and stuff. So they'll try to tell the kids all kind of crazy stuff to make that kid resent you. So next thing you know, you and that kid got a problem, and you ain't did nothing but love the kid.
Exactly. Right.
Because first of all, you can't love the woman if you don't love the kids. Yeah. I mean, if you love that woman, you automatically love those kids, and they gonna real men.
Oh yeah, exactly.
Real men. They'll learn to love the kid, and then you have that situation where, he's more of a daddy than the daddy. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But then that guy don't like that because he see it. I've been in situations like where, hey, I have been in a situation where I was called. My wife is younger than me, so I have been called the granddaddy. One episode, the guy he said, I can't see my kid because he was granddaddy. And I get what these guys coming from because they got to go through something. But understand one thing: the man has nothing to do with the choice of what your woman made or your ex made. That's her job to choose who she wants. Yeah. It's like the old film say. He chose you. You know what I'm saying? He didn't choose, you didn't choose a woman. You chose a woman, but she chose you as well. So it's like you can't really get into a situation where you're gonna say to yourself, well, man, I can't believe, I don't like this dude. Why you don't like me for? Because if the shoe was on the other foot, I would have to accept you.
Is it what she telling them, or you just your personal situation of you with my woman, supposedly your woman, but if she ain't with you, she ain't with you.
Yeah.
He done lost.
He done lost.
Yeah. So loose.
But they get mad and butthurt about it, and so next thing you know, the kids are being taught how to hate the guy, and the guy ain't doing nothing but just really raising the kids. But this is what I do like though. It come to a point where everybody starts seeing. And then that baby daddy had to start seeing too. Well, this guy ain't never,
Yeah, it came to that point with me.
Yeah. And it came to that point with me. With me and the guy I'm talking about now. We was at a point like that. Then we, and I really wanted to go to him and say, hey man, I ain't got no problem with you, bro. What you got going on, what y'all had going on, that they ain't got nothing to do with me. But what it do have something to do with is changing the mind state of the child to make them think different of me.
Yeah.
Don't do that then, but then it's a growing phase where when you're dealing with younger guys and younger women and stuff like that.
How long should a woman be with a man before she make her kids call him stepdaddy?
You should never have to make
You should never have to make them call.
So the mama shouldn't tell them, hey, look, that's y'all daddy.
No, but the woman should do this.
That's my husband, and y'all.
Yeah, she should do that.
Husband,
she should do that. Well, listen, nothing don't go through that damn portal unless that woman open that portal. She got to be the one to say, hey, listen, that guy's taking care of y'all. He's coming in. He love you. I can see it.
Some respect.
You got to give him respect. See, if the woman don't lay that ground rule down, then you have nothing anyway. So everything else is gonna get in the middle of everything you got going on, and it's gonna blow up in your face because the woman have to do. See, if the woman okay it, the kid's gonna obey it.
Yeah,
that's just how this game works. So so if you don't do it like that, then you don't have nothing anyway. So, but most women expect. I don't know. It's a little different. Some don't get to do that.
A lot of women think you want. They want you to think of what they think without you knowing what the hell they think.
Yeah. Expectation. Yeah. And it don't work like that because you can't expect someone. You can't read. The kids can't read your mind, mama, and I can't read the kids' mind. So we all trying to figure this thing out together. But how we gonna bring it together? That woman had to sign. She had to lay that ground rule down. I know you got a father, but this man right here doing this. This man right here doing this. This man love you. He would never do anything to hurt you. He's a great man. He loved me, so therefore he loved you.
Yeah.
If don't do that, then what we got?
But the thing about it is you can get that kid $8 million, and they dad could be over there busted, broke down, dusty, and they gonna love his ass.
Yeah.
And that's a good thing, because you can love too.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is what that kid is taught. See, that broken, disgusted guy, he should say, you know what, be good to that man right there, because he taking care of you. He doing things that I can't do for you right now. But they don't do that because they get butthurt and they get in their feeling.
I mean, yeah, I remember some years ago, like in the 90s, the early 2000s, I was messing with different chicks. And, you know, they would be like, I would tell them, let their daddy do it.
Right.
You know, because you going to take that away from me. Yeah, I got bread. I was making money back then. I could have bought it, but I was like, nah. Right. Let their daddy do it, or call their daddy. See if their daddy can do it first.
Yeah, that's smart.
Then I'll slide in there.
That's smart.
Because, I mean, like I say, you can do however you want to, and they still going to love that daddy.
Yeah, so no matter what.
Whatever you get that kid, it might make them happy for a minute, but it didn't come from their daddy.
Yeah,
so
right. That's true.
They ain't going to like it the same way.
That's totally true. I understand that, but the thing is that, I mean, I love what you just said. You give that man a chance to step up first. So a lot of times when you're coming out of a relationship, and you go into another, and I have been a victim. I ain't gonna say a victim. I have been honored to have stepkids that look at me as their father, because their biological father wasn't there. You know, and I could never drop them off or not be there for them, because I look at them as my kids. You know, I don't use step. You know, I use as my kids, because I get into another relationship, I would never leave them and say, hey, well, I'm in a new relationship and I can't, I can't do that. Exactly, and women ought to respect that. Like me and my wife, we had a little talk about that a couple times. We got an agreement to that. And it's good that we could come to an agreement to it. But a lot of women don't understand that. Like, they expect you leave that relationship, you leave that child. Yeah. But you to be the same woman, just say, my baby dad don't do nothing for my baby. Okay, but he doing something for everybody else. But you want him to do for your baby too. So why would you want a man that just leave kids and say the hell with the kids and just move on? You should want a stand-up man to say, well, damn, them ain't even his kids, and he can take care of those kids.
Exactly, yeah.
And he can take care of mine. Yeah, that shows character of a man. So I don't understand how a lot of women think different of that. You know, sometimes it's be a little bit too personal. But even being personal, it's about the kids. Yeah. You know, it ain't had nothing to do with regardless of what y'all got going on. It's about the kids, and you got to understand that, because if I would get out of your life and your kids still love me the way they do, you want me to just not talk to them either in my new relationship? Yeah, exactly. So your thing, but the honor, the way you honor men and how women honor men these days, they rather get the PlayStation guy in front of the damn TV all day long versus a real man and treats them incredibly great and their kids incredibly great. They rather get the moment versus the lifetime.
Like they want somebody they can talk about.
Yeah, but you got to go all the way back to the front of it now. I mean, because, our sons or whatever and grandsons, I don't want my son or grandson got to go through that situation. You might meet this girl and she the baddest thing, and she, just look good to you, and you like talking to her, y'all can do this and that, but bam, she got 3 kids. She got 4 kids. Yeah.
I'm glad you brought that up. That's a good one.
And it's like, he'll be like, well, dang, I don't really want to deal with this. Automatically he gonna go try to find him one without no kids.
Right.
But then these women think, oh, I put this thing on, and these women don't understand that, it ain't nothing personal against y'all. It's just something that he want. We supposed to conquer.
Right.
We want to make our own. We want our own kids. We want a junior and all that.
Right.
And the situation that we've all been through, and it's like a normal thing, these girls get pregnant, they get with a dude, and they have this baby, They had that baby. Now I will admit there are some that it's kind of slowed down, but I'm looking at this thing on YouTube, and this girl talking about she got 7 kids, and you know he shouldn't matter. The key word they use, it shouldn't matter, but it do matter because guys want their own. Don't nobody want somebody else's, you know.
Well, they go to, and I don't want to cut you out, but to go back to like the Serengeti. The lion killed the cubs
of another man's kid.
Because he want only his bloodline.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just the way God done that. We had nothing to do with that. Yeah. So if y'all taking like, oh, there they go. But listen, I'm gonna tell you something, which is so true. My mother had 5 kids by her first husband. And my father came in and married that woman of 5 kids and treated those 5 kids like they were his own.
And added 2 more.
Right. So when you can do that and not look back, a woman don't understand how big that is. When a man comes in, if he don't have kids already, he comes in, if he don't have custody of his kids, let's say that, he come in alone, right? So that 1 against your 6, because it's you and your 5. So now you got to ask yourself, how could you talk bad to this guy who was standing up enough to say, hey, you got all these kids, I still want to be with you.
Right.
Respectable.
Respectable.
Some guys got it, and treat the kid good, but treat the woman like shit. So, you know.
Yeah, but at the same time, those guys not going to be that long.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I'm saying. That's between a moment and a lifetime. See, a woman got to realize, I'm just not downloading on women, but a woman got to realize it's a difference between a moment and a lifetime. So you got to choose. They got
to quit having them babies like that, man.
But even if that, because they may thought that guy might be the one. Mm-hmm. But if he done had 8 already out there and you add to your 3, come on. I mean, come on now. So, but the point I'm making is this. If you got a guy in your life that treats you like a queen and you come in with a package of 4, 5, 3, 2, and they're not his, and he haven't walked out on you, and he take care of you and them.
That's a real man.
That's a real man. But they treat that guy worse than they treat that baby daddy because the expectation of that guy is bigger than the baby daddy guy. I don't understand that. Help me out on that.
I mean, the whole, like Ice Cube say, the whole thing needs a douche.
Keep striving, never give up, fall down 7 times, get up 8. Ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship.
You can keep on talking about that bullshit. I'ma keep focusing on the prize. You can keep on talking about that bullshit. I got a plan to get my money right. 'Cause baby, I'm a winner.
Stop playing.
I mean, I've got to this conversation with women 1,000 times. And it's like, because, all right, let me break it down like this. Because, I mean, this abortion thing.
Right.
My right to choose.
My body.
Okay. They say a woman got 30 forms of contraception, over 30.
Right.
That she can put up in that thing and stop from getting pregnant.
Right.
The man got like 1, maybe 3.
2. Yeah, getting your nuts
something like
clipped
that.
up.
Or a condom.
A condom. That's about it.
All right.
Yeah.
But now, I was 28 when I had my first son. And I was being reckless. But before that, I mean, I was messing with some debutantes and all that.
Right.
And the reason I'm saying is because they made me. It wasn't like, you young and wild and buck wild, you gonna run up in there, you ain't think about that.
Yeah.
But I was made to use protection. And so, I don't care what a man say. If that woman stand on business and say you ain't getting none of this unless you strap up.
Yeah, that's it. You gonna
know.
do it. Yeah, you
And
gonna
I
do
ain't
it.
gonna say that's gonna save it all the time, but
No.
if you got that in mind, and it ain't just for the pregnancy, man. Look
Yeah.
at this herpes and this AIDS. These folk nowadays, back in our day, you get herpes, it was a death sentence.
Oh yeah, big old
Way before HIV.
bus come around, come and get you.
Oh boy, you
Yeah.
didn't want no herpes.
Yeah.
And then, you know, cause the gonorrhea and stuff, you go get a shot in the ass, take some pills. But, you know, a lot of these people are just being reckless, man.
Oh, yeah, of course.
And then a guy see a girl with 3-4 kids. What's the first thing you gonna think?
I'm gonna be honest. He just really want to knock right quick and move on, cause
He ain't even thinking about that, but he thinking, God damn,
oh yeah,
she
of course he
one,
thinking
she
that.
one of them.
Yeah, so that's why he
yeah.
just want to knock right
I
quick and
ain't
move
have,
on.
you know.
Yes, easy piece. Yeah, yes.
And
She
then you know
confused.
they came from a lot of them come from a good family, but the parents put their ass out.
Yeah.
And they living in government income housing. You know, you got to go through all that. The low, you know, it's a bunch of stuff, man, that these women ain't understanding what run guys off.
Right.
I mean, you could be the baddest chick in the world and this and that, and, you know, but your situation what makes that guy stay.
And your situation make your number go down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, shoot. Me and my aunt got into this years ago. She was like, well, it shouldn't matter, you know. And I said, but it do.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I've asked, I ain't gonna tell no lie. I've asked some strict black women. I know a few, you know, they don't take no shit and they run there, you know. But I said, you know, I be joking with them. What you gonna do if your son come home with a ghetto chick or a white girl?
Oh yeah.
Or, you know, oh, hell no, we ain't doing none of that, you know. And
Yeah.
it's like, okay, but what if your son drop a baby in one of them ghetto chicks and stuff?
Right.
What is the mama gonna do? Do the
Right.
mama make the son stand up or you make him turn it back on her, you know? Because
Right.
now the rabbit hole goes deep.
Oh yeah, very.
Because
Very.
there's a lot of reasons. But my thing is 3 babies. Now, I can see you have one. You slipped up and you let this nonsense, no nothing nigga put one in you.
Right.
But when you got 2 and 3, I mean, guys just gonna look at you like, man, he ain't get me caught up in all that. Like you said, they hit it.
Yeah, they hit and go.
They gonna run game on you, make you think they gonna step in there, but you run up on a girl and you gotta go buy 2 pair of Jordan, 3 pair of Jordan.
But see, that's the choice. But see, that's the choice you have to make. That's the thing I got called the 30 for 80. You mess up your 80% for a 30% type of man. You know what I'm saying? And I know that's 110, but that's why I'm saying you got to go farther than the 100 because women expect you to be more than 100% in this game.
Yeah.
So the difference, what I'm saying is, you taking that 80, and you going for less than. You see
I
what I'm
got
saying?
something deeper than that.
Just think about this though. Just think about this.
I got something deeper than that.
We'll go here. I want to hear your take on it.
Your mama now,
Right.
they want that little grandbaby.
Oh yeah.
They don't want you coming over there with this girl and her. You know, they ain't gonna want to go buy them no Easter outfit and all that. I mean, you know, it got different levels and all this and that. You know,
It do, but we got bad men out there too because they don't know how to be men. That's why I say the percentage of it, I say 80-30 because it ain't nothing 100%. It got to be more than that. At least 110, right? So the point I'm making on that is this. You can't choose nothing expecting something. When you got a man over here that treats you like a man and treat your kid, how could a woman trust a guy to help her raise her kids, but go out there and deal with a 20%, 30% type dude? I don't understand that. That what bothers me. Like, so you choose to cheat on me for this?
Yeah. For that moment.
For that moment versus that lifetime. I don't understand that part.
Emotions, man. Emotional creatures, that's what that moment feel like a lifetime to them.
Yeah. I get it, but
it's still
but see, this the difference is when they got to come back and
yeah.
oh, I know I didn't. Come on now. That's a choice that you made. You made not. See, as men, we know, like, all right, if we're going to have a plaything, just be honest, we men. we gonna have a plaything. We know she's a plaything, right?
Yeah.
We ain't gonna take her home to mama.
Put them in category.
You put them in categories. If you get jammed up with it, you hope you'll let her understand I was just having fun for a hot minute. I was wrong.
You still ain't gonna be hitting it raw either.
No, you ain't gonna be hitting it raw. But in the case if you did,
Yeah.
because we're not perfect. I'm saying we're not perfect. In case
In case you did.
Yeah, in case you did. So we're not perfect. So when you do, you know she's not the lifetime woman. She's the moment woman. All right. So you hope that your wife or your woman or whoever, respectfully forgive you for what you done. All right. So you want to move on to that point.
A real man really tell them up front. This is just this.
Yeah. A lot of guys tell on themselves, like, I'm one of them. Say, hey, I use words that the Caucasian used one time before. I had to go tell. I had to tell someone that I'm having an affair. So it's different when you use the word affair or I'm cheating.
Yeah.
Yeah. So when you say I'm having an
They
affair,
gonna hear one thing. And you fucking
no.
Ain't no affair.
No. Hell no. That woman hear affair, she be like, hold on. He like her.
Yeah.
If I'm cheating, that means you done knocked the girl off at the club last week and then you moved on.
Affair, you put some time into it.
Because I'm gonna tell you a personal thing.
I'm thinking I think about it for a while, but that initial punch. He fucking another.
Of course. Yeah. No matter what. But let's move a little further because we're still on that. But I'm always gonna say the choices of a man or a woman, it have to be for the moment or the lifetime. That's just all it is. You have to make those choices. Like that moment could cost you a lifetime. Yeah. So that's what happened when guys get women pregnant and they don't really want that woman. That moment became a lifetime. So, but let me say this, like, in the situation I was in when I was younger, my mom, my stepfather, we come to better terms now. But before it was hard and it was rough and all that stuff. But it taught me how to not treat my other kid, my kids coming up that way. Oh, yeah. That taught me how to be respectful to those kids if I love that woman. Because if I'm hurting the kids, I know I'm hurting the woman.
All right, well, let's break that down. I mean, if you're going to be messing around and blah, blah, and you slip up, so to speak.
Right, you go.
And the woman come back and tell you she pregnant, what do you tell her? You going to got to get rid of it or she going to keep it?
I'm a real man, like my father, right? So I would say this, if you choose to keep it, that's a mistake I made. I made my moment a lifetime. I would never tell a woman to get rid of the baby because I don't believe in that. I believe in my responsibilities. If I'm big enough to step out on my woman, my wife, and make a mistake, I'm man enough to take the responsibility to come behind that. So I would never tell a woman to abort a child, no matter what the circumstances is. I could lose it all. But why would I want to get something that God made for man and woman to create because of my downfall? So I'm not a man if I do that. Right. A lot of men think, I'm gonna make her get rid of it. No, you're not a real man, dog. Stand up strong for what you do. Believe in that.
Regardless of what you choose, it's on the woman to make the final decision.
Of course. Yeah. She will only be the only one to have that choice. Exactly. But for me, put it on me, call my old lady, tell her everything because that's what I choose to do. I made my moment a lifetime.
You see that goddamn work right there? I mean, look at that. Look at that goddamn. Ooh. Yeah. Ooh, look at that design right there. It's got gold on it. It looks like some caramel. Look at that design. And y'all don't want to shop with her? You know the cuticle? Yeah, man. That girl is good.
Bottom line.
Well, that's probably how they end up like that.
No, it's how a lot of them end up like that because they give those guys a chance that's going to say, oh, I love you. It's not all on the woman.
No,
it's not all on the woman. It's not all on the woman.
Because a guy, he be getting up in there, getting real
pillow
good,
talking.
and then he forget about it.
Yeah.
And the safety and the precautions go out the window.
Yeah, he making love to the mind. the body just icing on the cake. So by the time he not pillow talking, made that love to her brain. Now she not that vibration that he's sending her. He loved me, so she had a child by this man, thinking he's gonna be the forever, not knowing she was just a moment. So that's cool. I mean, for what happened is really cool because that's what he did.
Yeah.
But if you don't learn from that about your fourth chance,
Yeah, exactly.
Nah, but I'm gonna tell
you know what I
man.
mean. These some women got 5, 6 kids by different. I know. You know, just talking to people, I know women that got 6 kids by different dudes.
Yeah, I know several.
Now hold on now. What you didn't learn about the third one?
Yeah.
The guys that you choose to lay down. Let me tell you something. My mama always said this. My mama always said, if you ain't of them, don't be among them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna be in the club finding love when I know that's just for the moment. I ain't gonna find I actually found my wife in the club. I did, but it was a reason for the reason why that happened. And the next thing I know, it's like God attracted me to that. Like, hey man, hold on, and I never could go away from it. Just to be honest with you, I'm putting myself out down the line, and I couldn't go away from it. Was it ups and downs and toss and turns and hurting other people about this situation? Yes, it was. But as a man, you have to stay strong to your responsibility of the choices that you done made. You can't go away from that. You can't run away from that because that's what you chose. And I did it, and I hurt people. I hurt people so bad where my stepson, he was so hurt that his mom was hurt that he shot my truck up. Oh, shot it up, 30 times, 5.56 or some more whatever they new rapper. Yeah, 7.62.
Yeah, divided by 3.
Yeah, divided by 3. But I could never get mad at him because I was raised under the same kind of circumstance where my mama was going through something, and I understand the love for my mama to see my mama hurt. Mm-hmm. See, I was in the same house with him when he did that. He could have chose to shoot me
while you sleep or something.
No, it wasn't sleeping thing, cause but he could have chosen to shoot me while I was there.
Yeah.
But he shot the truck. Was I hurt when he done it? Oh yeah, I was super hurt. But I went to him, and as so he came to me and said, I was just hurt, man. I'll replace this. I said, no, you don't. I love you. You don't have to replace nothing. You still my son. I get it. Mm-hmm. I get it. I would have did the same thing for my mama because to see my mama hurt, I would have did the exact same thing. Yeah. So I never hold a grudge against him because I understand that. When you love your mama, you would do anything for your mama. So, but that goes back to the relationship part of, to move on in life, you hurt other people and other people get caught up in your web, and next thing you know is resentment and hate and all that. So the woman had to understand, for that man to leave that, for him to come back to say, hey, I love you. That should show a woman that man standing on business. This man almost got killed for you.
Oh yeah.
And not only that, he's still there for you. You understand what I'm saying? So, as the outside looking in, if I'm the so-called baby daddy, I'm looking at this because now I got a new relationship. Man, hold on. My kids coming home telling me how he treat them, how he teach them about this, and how he teach them about that. What am I doing getting mad at that man for? That man really raising my kids.
I'm not doing it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think men deal with it better than women. I mean, but the whole situation is this. Don't matter what you do. Those same women that say it shouldn't matter if she got kids, if you love that woman, you should love her kids, right? Them same women that say that don't want their son.
No, Joe, no.
Bringing them their women home with all them little kids.
That's the truth. Yeah, that's the truth.
That's
the truth.
And you can't get mad at them grandmamas for feeling like that.
Right.
Your whole thing is to produce and multiply, and create a lineage and shit.
Right.
I was watching this thing and this motherfucking woman was 90 something. The dude was doing a little story on her. He's like, 40 something kids came out of her.
God, right.
You know, because he was counting up the other grandkids, great grandkids.
Right.
And if you think about it, damn, I mean, all that came out of that
Out of
one
that one
woman.
woman, yeah.
You
True
know,
that, true that.
because all the kids had 5, 6 kids and shit like that. And they had probably 12, 14. You know, that she had 12, 14 kids.
Right.
But it's funny that you know these women get in these situations and then they try to dog the man out, but the grandmama don't want the son bringing them down. You know, and what do you call it? Oxymoron.
Oxymoron, yeah.
And it's like, man.
Well,
So
go ahead.
what can you do? I mean, that's why when in the beginning I said we got to get to the start of this and figure out why these women putting them men in that situation. But then is it the women getting tricked by the men and the men leaving them in that situation?
But the stepdaddy always have more responsibility than the baby daddy. And I don't mind that, but respect that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
That's the biggest thing for me. Respect that. If you can't respect that, what are we doing here? Because that man is out here doing everything he can, taking his last for you and your kids.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's his kids too, but at the same time, let's keep it real.
Well, what's the solution? I mean, there's a million.
No, it's respect is the solution. It's not a solution to being a stepfather.
No.
The only solution is respect. Respect what I do for you and yours. Because if I got kids on the other side, I want you to respect them as well.
Exactly, yeah.
So it's never no solution. The only solution is respect. That's all you have to do. If you can respect where I'm coming from, I can respect where you coming from. But don't put too much on me that you ain't putting on that dude that you laid down and had them kids with.
So you basically just telling a woman, hey, look, y'all. I mean, who do you think the message needs to hit harder to?
For every woman that got kids, that got a dude
So
to come
the
in
women,
and be a man
yeah.
to those kids.
You ever seen this movie called Claudine?
Yes,
Jane?
sir. You know I did.
So, I mean, that's the prime example.
Prime
That's
example,
what
yeah.
women need to look at.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they
prime
got
example.
Jane there.
Jane
and
Jones,
the social worker, he over there trying to
Right.
chill, drink a beer.
What's her name?
And the social worker knock on the door. He got to jump up, run out the back door.
Yeah.
He left his beer.
Yeah.
Oh, who's in here drinking?
Yeah,
and all
yeah,
that. You know,
yeah,
you let
yeah.
them people come in there and
Yeah.
tell you can smoke cigarettes.
Yeah.
You can't smoke cigarettes. You can't drink alcohol. Then you know the man be like, fuck that shit.
Right.
But he can't bring you this out because you got your baggage.
Right. Right.
But yeah, I mean that's the thing, man.
That
These
one
women
bedroom
need to
turned
realize
into that one bedroom turned into a part of 6. That's how men love their woman enough to do it. Women do the same thing. Don't get me wrong, but at the same time, all I'm saying is, let's be on equal playing field. Let's not put that much on that man that you're not expecting from that baby daddy. Honor and respect that man like he got the honor and respect that when he came to you, that you already had a package waiting on him. Oh, do I need to say that one again? I probably do, right?
Say it again.
Honor that man who comes in that relationship with you to know that you come in with a package and he accept that package, to treat that package like it's his.
Yep.
It's the same way, vice versa. If a woman going to a man life, it's the same way. So the name of the game with this baby daddy versus stepdaddy thing is respect. Respect me as a man. I have to respect you as a woman. If I love you, I got to respect and accept your kids, right? You could have 10 of them. But if I love you, I'm going to take care of all 10 because that's what it stands for, right? Am I right? Mm-hmm. So that's the point I'm always going to make on this subject, because like a lot of women, a lot of people just think that, you know, when your man come in, he have to be like, you know, the savior.
Yeah.
You know, hell, it's shit. You know, we in 2025. It's hard out here. So you come in taking care of yourself versus now you got to take care of 5 or 6.
Yeah, price is
That's
the
a whole
same.
nother
It's
game.
hard, man.
Yeah.
You think that man ain't gonna be mad sometimes?
Yeah.
Think he ain't gonna be pissed off sometimes? It's gonna be days where he gonna be like, boy, it was so easy when I took care of
Force
myself.
responsibility on them. Yeah.
Am I right or wrong? So my point is, if that man can look above himself and not put himself on that pedestal, but his woman and his kids, so-called step kids, because Step kids is the wrong word, because if you taking care of that person, you love them and all that, them are your kids as well. Nigga, we sharing these kids.
I can say that.
I'm just saying, my life.
Them titles are what you put into them. Cause like, I'm a stepdad, but I'm not looked at as a stepdad because I didn't put the step in it.
There you
know
go.
what I'm saying?
There you
The
go.
step is a separation.
Right.
Step,
There you go.
When you smooth that shit out, you ain't no stepdad.
You're not
daddy,
at all, man.
And the daddy did when he could, but like, it was never a situation where we depended on him for anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And like, okay, when I was in, I said, okay, we just I'm gonna take care of what the situation
Right.
is. I ain't worried about what he gonna do.
No.
Because I know what he lived it, because his mind state is doing this and gonna end up in jail.
But it's not a man's job to think of another man whatever he's doing. You're only doing your responsibility.
You doing
right.
your shit.
Right.
Like,
right.
okay, that's what it is.
Yeah. And that makes so much sense to me though, because that's how it's supposed to go.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to go.
Yeah, and you learn from your, cause see, every stepfather, 90% of the time, they had a stepfather, right?
Yeah.
90%, I say 90%,
Yeah.
because you come on,
Yeah.
the days of a 40-year marriage and all, come on. So that happens when a guy comes into another woman's life. He already not experienced some of the stepfather's things, so you should learn from that, so you won't be that. Mm-hmm. But if you had a great example, you bring that into the forefront,
Exactly.
right? So that's how I always been. I heard my sister say that self, and all of them. Your daddy treated us like he was like.
Oh yeah.
And that's how we always live.
Mm-hmm.
We don't know how to be another way to a child. We only know how to be.
We know how to be a step.
Step anything. Yeah. We know how to be. You don't have to call me. You can call me my government. You can call me that all day long. But at the end of the day, and I'm gonna go back. The same son that shot my truck up because his mom was hurt. He came to me on several occasions and said, when it was good, he said, "Man, you make my mama so happy, man. And I respect you for that and this and that, because the way I was doing it." Now, what happened between that? That's on me. I have to take all that, all the responsibility, accountability that I have to. But at the point of time, I was doing my job. But life changes, things changes around that. But at that time, I put something on him, so when he started having kids, now he know how to treat his kids.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Because his father wasn't in his life like that. His father was in his life, but via phone call or whatever. But I was, his daddy was doing what he could, to say that. And but I was doing what he saw.
Yeah.
It's a difference between what you see and what you in a speculation of a phone call. It's a difference.
Oh yeah.
It's a difference. So that's what I was put in the game to do, because I was only doing what my daddy showed me to do. You feel what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
So I mean, I just wanted y'all take on that, man, and I thank y'all for coming to Common Sense, man. I want y'all to like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. I hope that we gave enough information for y'all to receive, to understand. We're not talking bad about women. We all make bad decisions. We all make bad decisions, but the point of it is this: don't let your moment be your lifetime. Keep a moment where it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be a moment, but don't sacrifice your moment for that lifetime, because either you're gonna deal with a man or a boy, or you're gonna deal with a girl or a woman. Y'all have a good one. It's the Good Guy.